The buzz inside the airplane cabin was as lively as a bustling city street. A symphony of clinking coffee cups, rustling carry-ons, and the soft hum of first-class luxury settling into the air. Businessmen in crisp suits adjusted their ties, their eyes darting between laptops and watches, while families wrestled with overstuffed bags, coaxing children to settle into their seats. Overhead bins snapped shut, and the faint scent of jet fuel mingled with the aroma of fresh brewed coffee from the galley. Among the passengers was John Kennedy, the seasoned senator from Louisiana, his warm smile and easy charm belying the weight of his years in public service. Tall, silver-haired, and unassuming, he settled into his plush first-class seat by the window, flipping through the in-flight magazine with a quiet curiosity. Suddenly, a ripple of excitement swept through the cabin like a summer breeze. Heads turned, whispers buzzed, and eyes widened. "It's Karoline Leavitt," someone murmured the name, sparking recognition. The young woman known as the youngest White House press secretary in history stepped into the cabin, her poised demeanor and sharp eyes commanding attention without effort. Yet there was a hint of fatigue in her posture, the kind that comes from carrying the weight of a nation's questions on her shoulder. Kennedy glanced up, his curiosity piqued. Karoline, in her mid-20s, moved with the confidence of someone who had faced press rooms and political firestorms, but her expression softened as she scanned the cabin searching for her seat. The flight attendant, flustered, approached her with an apologetic frown. "Ms. Leavitt." "I'm so sorry, there's been a mix-up with the seating," she said, her voice low but urgent. "First class is fully booked, and we'll need to move you to economy." A murmur of surprise rippled through the nearby passengers. Karoline nodded, her face composed, though a flicker of disappointment crossed her eyes. She adjusted her bag and prepared to head toward the back of the plane. But before she could take another step, Kennedy rose from his seat, his movements deliberate, yet kind. "Ms. Leavitt," he said, his southern drawl warm and steady. "Please, take my seat. I insist." The cabin seemed to hold its breath. Karoline paused, her sharp gaze meeting his, studying the sincerity in his weathered face. "Senator Kennedy, that's very kind, but I couldn't possibly," she began, but he waved a hand gently, his smile disarming. "Nonsense. You've got a tough job keeping the press in line. You deserve a moment of comfort." Karoline hesitated, her lips parting as if to protest again, but something in Kennedy's earnest expression stopped her. "Thank you," she said softly, her voice carrying a note of gratitude that felt rare in her world of rapid-fire briefings. Kennedy tipped an imaginary hat, a gesture both old-fashioned and charming, and gathered his belongings. "It's no trouble at all," he replied, his eyes twinkling with a warmth that put her at ease. As he made his way toward the economy section, passengers exchanged glances, their whispers growing louder. "That's John Kennedy," one said. "The senator." Giving up his seat like that, another marveled. Even the flight attendants, accustomed to the chaos of boarding, paused to watch their expressions, a mix of surprise and admiration. Karoline settled into the first-class seat, her hands smoothing the armrests as she glanced out the window, a faint smile tugging at her lips. The gesture had caught her off guard, a rare moment of kindness in a world often defined by competition and calculation. Back in economy,